This is a common G&G problem right here. I've seen this on some other gearbox shells too, but that spot right there is not even grinded down. So what happens is the cutoff lever can't function very well with the spring and the selector plate. But now it does because there's nothing in the way. So if I reinstall this spring, you can see after dremeling away the area right there, the spring will not get caught, and it allows that to function properly. This is in G&G GR16s. I've seen this often. So here's some more G&G issues that you might encounter on a GR16. Some triggers, they are really close to this safety bar right here, this piece right there, and what happens is the bar can't come down. So let's go in safety real quick. So you get this up here, and so you can't go all the way down. If I hold the trigger straight, that's where it gets stuck. So in the gearbox it's going to be straight, and that's what's going to happen. So there's got to be some modification there. Also on the G&G safety bars, I call this thing the safety lever, but I call this the bar because that's where the section is. It's not straight. There's some kind of reason that it's slanted like that. And if you were to hold the trigger really tight, it bumps the bar down like this because it's not straight. It's got a different angle on it. So that's another issue with the G&G GR16s. I'm going to fix these issues. Okay, with those issues fixed, safety works. See? Can't pull the trigger as hard as I pull. Semi and full auto. Now you want to make sure that your cutoff is moving properly. In semi, the cutoff should be underneath the trolley. So when you pull it forward, you want to check to see the arm is underneath the trolley. There's a little arm. It's very hard to see in here, so I'm going to see if I can scoot in and show you. It's basically right here. You'll see the arm move as I switch it. Maybe it's better from this angle. Okay, so this would be semi right here. So you want to check and see that the trolley arm goes under, and when you pull, if you can't tell, you can just pull the cutoff back slightly, and if it doesn't move, it means it's underneath the trolley. You can see right here it's underneath. So you can let go. And you can put it full auto. You want to hold the trigger and then push forward with the selector plate. And if it does this, where the cutoff isn't moving forward, it means it's above it. So that's perfectly good. That's what's supposed to happen. So you put it in semi, and you want to test how your semi works. And this is a good way to tell if your pressure is terrible for your trolley. You can also see it inside, which I'll show in a minute. So you push this on semi, and as you pull it, you should already have the cutoff lever grabbing the trolley. So if you were to pull back this cutoff lever, it would pull the trolley out of the trigger, and the trigger, or the trolley, will be passing the trigger, and then when you let go of the trigger, it'll make a click grabbing the trolley again. So I'm going to show that right now. I don't have my gearbox screwed closed right now, so it's going to be a little difficult to show, but basically pull the trigger and then push back on the cutoff. Now you can do this with the selector plate, however I don't suggest it, because if you do it with the selector plate you could break it. Sometimes the force is too much. That is too much force. It should be pretty lightly. It should do it pretty lightly like that. I had to push and apply force. That's really bad because that's going to make it's going to work harder to bypass, and the trolley is going to get a little bit marked down. The cutoff arm can get hit, can hurt the trolley because it's plastic. You have a metal arm versus a plastic arm. So what happens is it actually bites down on it. So you want to modify this. So what you do is you open this up. Now when you do this, you want to do it very preciously. You want to be very precise and precious. So right here you can see exactly what's the problem. You can see that comes up way too high. So if you shave down the trigger slightly, more like this, but don't do too much, because if you do that too much, see how it's got a nice lip to it? If you do it too much, it will, when you pull the trigger all the way forward, it will slide underneath the trolley, and that will be a bad thing. So what you want to do is just enough that you can see that it functions properly. You can shave off a little bit and then check your cutoff. You could even do it here if you wanted to, but I suggest with the gearbox closed because that's the way it's going to copy it exactly. So if you do that just enough perfectly, then when you go to press the cutoff, it will pull the trolley out real easily. So you won't be hurting this area, and you won't be hurting the arm that's in here, the plastic arm for the trolley, because the cutoff is metal, so it's going to just rip it apart. But that's pretty much how you would do that. If you guys like these videos, just tell me. I'll keep creating little videos like this. I never really do videos like this, all the mesh issues. I just put it together real quick. I don't demonstrate how much stuff there is that I go through on these things. I don't, show every single issue. I just do them real quick and just get it done. But if you guys like to see stuff like this, so you know more about the AEG, how it should perform, just give me a like, tell me, and I'll go ahead and do more videos like this.